Morning all, Josh Denbo here, consumer protection attorney. Not shooting at my desk, shooting outside by my chickens because it's just too beautiful today. Oh my goodness. So look, I'm talking today because there's two news on the housing front that my followers need to really recognize. And that two things are, number one, the housing price market dropped 0.75% in July. And that doesn't sound like a lot. It's less than 1%, but it's the biggest drop since the 90s. I think it's the biggest drop since the 90s. Certainly biggest drop since early 2010 and 11. But some data suggests it's the biggest 1 month drop in the 90s since the 90s. I think it's a sign of the future here. So if you're in a situation where you have the possibility of selling your house because you're in some trouble and that's something that's on your mind, you better move. I think we're going to see a precipitous collapse. That's my guess. I'm no expert in this, but I do keep an eye on things. And I am an expert in consumer finance and consumer mortgage servicing and things. So I have something to add here. And the other is the delinquencies on mortgages increased by 2.9%. And that's a pretty big delinquency. And the delinquents in the early delinquencies, meaning people who go 30, 60 days late without going into default, jump 4%. Those two things together, or those three things together, I think it's a sign of troubles. So watch this space. I'm going to have plenty of advice for people. It's hard to give advice nationally because the laws in every state is different, but I'll do a video explaining the four different ways that the states deal with foreclosures, foreclosure law. I'll do that shortly. But the point remains the same, which is that we're going to be running into some financial housing problems coming up. All right? So stay safe, be smart. I got your back. Ping me with questions. My cell phone, my email are available on the YouTube channel, and I answer questions all the time, and I talk to people for free because I have a service and I have a knowledge base that's valuable to folks, and I'm happy to help. All right, everybody? And those are my chickens.